next one is logical operators. Logical operators, they need to perform with some logical conditions. The logical operators, we have the different categories. The first one is logical OR. Logical OR, which is represented by two pipe signs. Two pipe signs. Next, logical AND, which is represented by two ampersand signs. Two ampersand signs. Next, logical NOT, which is represented by exclamatory sign. Now, let us understand these three logical operators in detail. The first one is logical OR. So, logical OR is true when one of the statement is true. The other cases, whenever the both operands are false, only then the conclusion will be false. Rest of all the cases it is true, for which I will be showing you a small truth table. So let us understand this truth table before understanding the logical operators. Now we have two statements. Let us call the two statements as P and Q. P is the one statement and Q is the another statement. So we know that for every statement there are two values, that is either true or false, but not both. So I will represent the notation. True is indicated with 1, false is indicated with 0. True is indicated with 1, false is indicated by 0. Now let us see the combination here. I am having two statements, which means for every statement it is having two outputs. If there are two statements, then 2 to the power of 2 will be 4, which means I will be getting 4 combinations. So what are those 4 combinations are? 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. So as I said, 0 means false, 1 is nothing but true. So let us just understand this. In P and Q there is 0 0, which means false false. Next one is false true. Next one is true false. Next one is true true. I hope every one of you understood this particular table. Now let us see the logical OR. P logical OR Q. P logical OR Q will be false or false. The result is false. That is 0 or 0, the result is 0. Next, 0 or 1, the result is true. We are saying it as false or true. The conclusion will be true. The next combination, true or false. True or false, the result is true. Next, the last combination, true or true, the result is true. By seeing this table, you can give a fine answer, that is logical OR is false when both the inputs are false. Logical OR is false when both the inputs are false. In rest of all the cases, it is true. In rest of all the cases, it is true. The same way, by the same table, let us also see logical AND. Logical AND is represented by two ampersand signs. What is P logical AND Q? P logical AND Q, we see false and false. The result is false. False and true. The result is false. True and false. The result is false. True and true. The result is true. Which means, by seeing this particular table, we can say that logical AND is true when both the inputs are true. In rest of all the cases, logical AND is false. I'll repeat once again. Logical AND is true when both the inputs are true. In rest of all the cases, logical AND is false. Then the last one, logical NOT. Logical NOT is represented by exclamatory sign. As we all know that there is something called negation. Negation. If I am saying not P, not P, if the P value is false, then what is not P? Opposite to false, that is true. Next, if I say true, that is P value is true, then what is not P? It is false. So these are what the different operators in the logical operators. Let us see one example program. Logical operators. Now we are going to see some of the examples related to the logical operators. The problem statement here is to understand the different logical operators. So here we have the different types of logical operators. Logical AND, which is represented by two ampersand signs. Logical OR, which is represented by two pipe signs. Logical NOT, which is represented by exclamatory sign. So this is how the logical operators are represented. Now let us see the program. Main. First we are going to initialize some variables. Int a equal to 10, b equal to 20. So these are the variables which I have initialized. Now let me use this logical operators and print the result. If a is greater than or equal to b and a is less than or equal to b, printf hello. If a is less than or equal to b and a is greater than or equal to b, printf how are you.
If A is not equal to B and A is less than B, printf welcome to C programming. If A is greater than B, logical or A is less than or equal to B, printf logical thinking is base for learning any programming languages. If A is not equal to B, logical or A is double equal to B, printf thank you. If negation of A double equal to B, printf good luck. One more last statement. If A less than or equal to B or A exclamatory of A not equal to B. So please understand this carefully. If it is so, printf happy learning. Return 0. Now let us understand this code by executing. Let me run the code. So you can see what are all the messages which have been printed only when the condition is true. Now logical AND. A is greater than or equal to B, that is 10 is greater than or equal to 20. The condition is false. False followed by anything is false. So your compiler is not going to check the next condition, because in logical AND what is the result is, if both the inputs are true, only then the conclusion is true. So if one condition is false, then it will never go for the next condition. That is the reason why we are not getting this hello message. Next, is A less than or equal to B, that is 10 less than or equal to 20. This is true. 10 is less than or equal to 20. this is true, followed by is A greater than or equal to B, is 10 greater than or equal to 20, false, true and false. So the conclusion is false. That is the reason why this statement is also not printed. Next, A not equal to B, this is true. 10 is not equal to 20, condition is true. Next, and 10 is less than 20. So both the conditions are true, only then this statement will be printed. That is the reason why we are seeing the output as welcome to C programming. Next, A greater than B, 10 greater than 20, or logical OR. So what is the use of logical OR is, logical OR will be false only when both the inputs are false. Logical OR will be false when both the inputs are false. If any one input is true, then the conclusion will be true. Now let us see this. 10 greater than 20, false, or 10 is less than or equal to B, condition is true. If condition is true, this statement will be printed. That is, logical thinking is base for learning any programming languages. Let us see the next one. A not equal to B. The first condition itself is true. So your compiler will never check the next condition, because in logical OR, true followed by anything, it is true. That is the reason why compiler will never check the next condition, as it is logical OR. Next we got thank you. Next, not of A equal to B. So is A double equal to B? Answer is false, because A and B are not equal. False, negation of false will be true. That is the reason why we got this message, good luck. Next, A less than or equal to B, the first condition itself is true. First condition itself is true. That is the reason why we got this message, happy learning. So this is how we use logical operators.